Hello students, I am Kalyani Kapde and welcome to the Department of Mathematics of KTHM College, Nasik. We are going to study Mathematics paper first, groups and coding theory of SYBSE Computer Science class.
In last video, we saw least common multiple, equivalence relation and congruence relation. Now today we are going to discuss about equivalence class partition and residue class modulo n. Okay. Now today we start with the equivalence class. Equivalence class. Definition. Let X be a non-empty set and relation be an equivalence relation on set X. On set X. The equivalence class of A is the collection of all elements in X which are related with A. See here, definition of equivalence class: X be any non-empty set, and this is the symbol for relation. So relation be an equivalence relation on X. So the equivalence class of A is the collection of all elements in X which are related with A, and it is denoted by A bar. So equivalence class of A is denoted by A bar. So A bar is equals to X belongs to set X such that A related to X. This is the definition of equivalence class. Okay. Now we see the theorem. Let relation be an equivalence relation on set X and AB belongs to set X. Okay. So first we want to show that A belongs to equivalence class of A. Second, equivalence class of A is equals to equivalence class of B if and only if A belongs to equivalence class of B. And third point, either equivalence class of A is equals to equivalence class of B or equivalence class of A intersection equivalence class of B is empty. So theorem statement: relation be an equivalence relation on set X and AB belongs to the set X. Then here we want to prove that A belongs to equivalence class of A equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B if and only if A belongs to the equivalence class of B. And third point, either equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B or their intersection is empty, that is disjoint. So proof first, here given that relation be an equivalence relation. So let relation be an equivalence relation on set X. So equivalence relation, that means it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So by equivalence relation, the relation is reflexive. So since relation is reflexive, we get A belongs to A bar, right? Relation is reflexive, that means we get A related to A itself. So we get A belongs to A bar. So this is first point. Now second, here we want to prove that equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B if and only if A belongs to the equivalence class of B. So first we assume that A equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B. Suppose equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B. Okay, so here A belongs to equivalence class of A bar. Okay, so here A belongs to equivalence class of A bar and here A bar equals to B bar. So A again belongs to B bar. So which implies A belongs to equivalence class of B bar. Hence first part is proved. Now second part, that is conversely here suppose A belongs to B bar, right? A belongs to equivalence class of B, that is B related to A. Okay, so here B is related to A. Now here we want to show that equivalence class of A is equals to equivalence class of B. So that means here first we want to prove that equivalence class of A is subset of equivalence class of B. Second point, we want to prove that equivalence class of B is subset of equivalence class of A. And by using these two result, we get equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B. Okay, so first we want to prove that equivalence class of A is subset of equivalence class of B. So let X belongs to equivalence class of A. So which implies A related to X. So here by using this given, or we suppose that A belongs to B bar, right? That means B is related to A. So here B related to A and here A related to X. B related to A related to X. So here we use transitive relation, that means B related to X. So which implies B related to X by transitivity. By transitivity we get B related to X. That means we get X belongs to equivalence class of B. So here X belongs to A bar, we get X belongs to B bar. That is A bar is subset of B bar. So here we get A bar is subset of B bar. Therefore A bar is subset of B bar. This is first point. Now second point. Now we want to prove that equivalence class of B is subset of equivalence class of A, right? In same way, let X belongs to equivalence class of B. So that means here B related to X, right? Now here we suppose that A belongs to the equivalence class of B, that is B related to A. So we take this point here, B related to A, and here B related to X, right? B related to A, so by symmetry A related to B. So we get A related to B by symmetry, and here B related to X by symmetry. Now here A related to B and B related to X. So by transitivity A related to X. A related to X by transitivity. So we get X belongs to equivalence class of A. So here X belongs to equivalence class of B and X belongs to equivalence class of A. So B bar is subset of A bar. Therefore we get equivalence class of B is subset of equivalence class of A. Give it to the number second, and from 1 and 2 we get equivalence class of A is equals to equivalence class of B. So here we proved the converse part. In converse part we assume that A belongs to the equivalence class of B, and here we want to prove that equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B. Okay. Now third point is, here we want to show that either equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B or their intersection is empty. Okay. So third point, here A bar intersection B bar is equals to empty, then we are through. Okay, that is here nothing to prove. Now suppose that A bar intersection B bar is not empty, right? So here that means X belongs to A bar intersection B bar, which implies that X belongs to A bar and X belongs to B bar again. So here X belongs to A bar, that is A related to X, and X belongs to B bar, that is B related to X. Okay. So here A related to X and by symmetry X related to B by symmetry. So here A related to X, X related to B. So by transitivity we get A related to B by transitivity. Okay. So from second point of the theorem, A related to B here, so we get equivalence class of A equals to equivalence class of B by second. Okay, so here we get either A bar is equals to B bar or A bar intersection B bar is equals to phi. If it is empty, intersection is empty, then nothing to prove, we are through. And if intersection is not empty, then we get A bar equals to B bar. Okay, get it? Now next, partition. So here we see the concept of partition. Equivalence class forms a partition. So here we take the set X. Set X, suppose set X is equals to A, B, C and D. Okay, this is the set X. Now we consider partition. Suppose U, set U contains the element A and B. Set V contains the element C and D. So here U and V is the partition of set X. See here, U intersection V is empty and U union V is set X. So that's why partition of this set X is U and V. So here U and V is called the partition. If it is partition, then their intersection is disjoint and their union is that whole set. Then and only then we say that U and V is the partition of equivalence class A. Okay. Now next point, theorem. Equivalence class theorem. Statement: let X be any non-empty set every equivalence relation on set X induces a partition on X. Conversely, every partition on X defines an equivalence relation on X. Okay, so C statement: X be any non-empty set, every equivalence relation on X induces a partition on X, and conversely every partition on X defines an equivalence relation on X. Okay, proof. Let R be an equivalence relation on set X. So here we take R be an equivalence relation on set X. Now consider P equals to X bar such that X belongs to X. So here P is the collection of all equivalence class of X with respect to R. So consider P is equals to X bar, X belongs to set X. P is the collection of all equivalence classes of X with respect to relation R. Okay, observe the set P. So observe that every set X bar is non-empty. Every set X bar is non-empty as X belongs to X bar for every X belongs to X. Okay, so this shows that every member of X belongs to some X bar and X bar belongs to partition P. Okay, so this shows that every member of X belongs to some X bar belongs to P. Okay, so union of all members of P is X. And also we know that any two equivalence classes are either identical or disjoint. Okay, so union of all members of P is X, and here we know that if we consider any two equivalence classes, then they are either identical or disjoint. Okay, so here we get union of all members of P is X, that is P forms a partition. So here we prove that P forms a partition. Therefore, P forms a partition of set X. Okay. Now, conversely, so here in this converse part, we assume that P forms a partition of X, and we want to prove that this every partition defines an equivalence relation. Okay. Conversely, suppose P is a partition of X. Here P is partition of X, so here we want to prove that P defines an equivalence relation on X. So we want to prove that P defines an equivalence relation on X. Okay, so here for xy belongs to set X, we define a relation as X related to Y if and only if X and Y belongs to same equivalence class. So see here, X and Y belongs to the set X. So here we define the relation R as X related to Y if and only if X and Y belongs to the same equivalence class. Okay. So here that means we want to show that this relation R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay. So for reflexivity, here relation R is reflexive since X related to X for every X belongs to set X. Now here we want to show that symmetric. So now if X and Y are the members of an equivalence class, then Y and X are also the members of the same equivalence class. Hence x related to y, which implies y related to x for every x and y belongs to set X. Therefore, R is symmetric. Okay, now we want to show that it is transitive. So, for transitivity, X related to Y and Y related to Z. So, here X and Y belongs to U belongs to set P. Y and Z belongs to V and V belongs to P. But P is a partition. And Y is in U and V also. So see here, U and V be the partition of X. So we know that by definition of partition, if U and V are the partition, then their union is set X and their intersection is disjoint. So here Y is common in U and V, so that means we get U is equals to V. Okay. So therefore X and Z belongs to the same equivalence class. Same equivalence class. Therefore, X related to Z. For every X and Z belongs to set X. Therefore, R is transitive. Okay. Therefore, R is an equivalence relation on X. This completes the proof. Okay. Now next point, congruence class of A modulo N. Congruence class of A modulo N. Definition: let A belongs to Z, the set A bar is equals to X belongs to set of integers such that X congruent to A modulo N is called the congruence class of A modulo N. Okay. And it is also called as residue class of A modulo N. It is also called as residue class of A modulo N. Okay. Now based on this we see one theorem. Statement: let AB belongs to set of integer, N belongs to the set of natural number. Here A congruent to B modulo N if and only if A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. Okay. Proof: A congruent to B modulo N. Okay. Here we suppose that A congruent to B modulo N and we want to show that A and B leave the same remainder when divided by N. So here A congruent to B modulo N, that means N divides A minus B. So which implies that A minus B is equals to Nk and K belongs to the set of integers. So this again implies A is equals to B plus Nk and give it to the number first. Okay. Now we apply the division algorithm to B and N. Okay. So apply division algorithm to B and N. So we get B is equals to NQ plus R, where 0 less than or equals to R less than N. Okay, so give it to the number first. Now R is the remainder when B is divided by N. So substitute the value of B in A. So we get A is equals to NQ plus R plus NK. Simplify this. So we get N into Q plus K plus R. Give it and 0 less than or equals to R less than N. Give it to the number second. So from 1 and 2 we get the A and B leaves the same remainder. So from 1 and 2 A and B leave the same remainder. Okay, now conversely, we assume that suppose A and B leave the same remainder, say R. So here we want to show that A congruent to B modulo N. Okay, so here we get A equals to NQ1 plus R and B is equals to NQ2 plus R, where 0 less than or equals to R less than N. And here R, Q1, Q2 belongs to Z. Okay, so here A minus B is equals to N into Q1 minus Q2. So here we get A minus B is multiple of N, therefore we get N divides A minus B. So that means A congruent to B modulo N. So this completes the proof here. Okay, thank you.